Huifang, 2 horses mix, who lives in Qingzhou East Gate to sell the plane for the industry. His family was poor, no wife, and mother toiled together to survive. One day, the mother of a horse at home suddenly came a beauty, age about 16 or 17, Chuiji sarong, very simple, but brilliant. Chloe surprised to see her, questioning her history. The woman smiled and said, "I was your son home Duhou, sincere, willing to marry you home Mare." More surprised, said the lady is Angel, "You have this again? Our mother would wreck a few years of life." The woman repeated requests. Chloe guessed she must have escaped from rich people. Come, Mo resolutely refused, "Leave this woman." After 3 days, the woman again, reluctant to give up. "I asked what your last name," said Mom is willing to take me, I say, otherwise, needless to ask. Mother said we are humble people, do employees of phrenology, you get such a wife, not a good fit, is not auspicious. Woman sitting in bed with a smile, reluctantly, especially sincere. Mare decline, said lady should leave as soon as possible, do not bring disaster to my family. This woman went out, looked at her mare to go west. A few days later, living in the lane of the old lady came to Malu. Horse mother said the girl next door Dong Huifang, lonely, helpless, your son's wife volunteered to do, how you do not take her? Mare put all his doubts. Lu told the old lady. Old lady said, how can these things if something goes wrong, a sin all to me. Ma overjoyed mother, agreed to this marriage. Old lady was gone. Mother cleaned the house, covered with mats, waiting for his son to come back to go get married. The night sky, Huifang own stuff has. After paying homage, horse mother entered the room, got up and bowed down to make etiquette. She told the mare I have 2 maid, did not get her mother's permission, cannot lead into the house. Mother said we are mother and son guarding the broken thatched cottage, do not know how to handle the maid servant was every day a little petty, self-sufficiency is now only enough to add a new wife, waited gas such thing as sitting, afraid enough to eat together with 2 maid, do you live Hixibi Fang Huifang laugh, he said maid came neither mother of the overhead crust, baking themselves something to eat. Mother asked with a maid, this Huifang shouted, moon, autumn song voice hardly ever, suddenly, such as birds landing, 2 maid was standing in front of, Huifang immediately ordered them volts. Mare bowed down to the ground, while, horse 2 back mix, Mare went up to tell he had a wife, horse 2 mixed rejoicing, into the house and saw the carved beams, like the palace, the room Jian, screens, curtains, draperies, bright flames, he was very surprised, afraid to enter. Huifang out of bed with a smile to greet him. Huifang 2 mixes a look like angel-like beauty, the more horrified, straight back. Huifang pulled him to sit down and speak to him gently. Horse 2 mixed overjoyed, restless, immediately stood up, go to drink. Huifang stop, he said do not go, let 2 maid governance prepared food and wine. Paper moon out of pocket, get the door, princess to shake up. After a child puts his hand to take, I saw candy in pot liquor, meat candy tray, each sample is steaming, finished drinking wine and went to bed, slept on the mattress tapestry brocade, very gentle and delicate. Dawn out of the house, thatched cottages still, mother and son are surprised. Malu mother to the old laddie's home, I want to look at his mission Huifang origin, at the door, thanks old lady matchmaker match kindness. Old lady surprised and said a long time did not go to visit you, woman asked me how matchmaking thing Chloe more doubt, put the whole story about it again. Old lady was shocked and immediately the new wife with the mare together look. Huifang greeted her with a smile, very mouth praise old lady matchmaker gratitude. Wei Kong old woman watching her beauty, was dismayed to read a long stay, no longer distinguish, only agreeing with what submissive. Huifang old lady gave a Cherokee scratchers, said, cannot repay your kindness, let's give this to scratcher itch to scratch the back of it. Lu took the old lady come get home, look closely, scratchers and turned it into gold. 2 horses wife had mixed since it is no longer selling noodles, the portal new look. There are countless suitcase dia okyu silk clothing, let him pick to wear, and once out of the house, it becomes plain commoner, but light and warm. Huifang owned clothes as well. After 4 or 5 years, Huifang suddenly said, I was banished to the world has been more than 10 years, and because you are destined, for the time being stay here now that you said goodbye. 2 horses struggling to retain her mixed. Huifang said, please choose another good companion. A horse family line I had a few years will come to see you once. Suddenly it was gone. 2 horses mixed continued to marry the Chen. After 3 years, Chinabda day, the couple chatting, Huifang suddenly came in, smiled and said, the new couple really happy? It does not remember the enemy horse. 2 mixed stood up in surprise. Sadness pulled her to sit down. To tell the truth, Huifang said, I just sent Weaver to cross the river. You are taking the time to look at. They reluctantly talked on. Suddenly he heard someone shout, Air Huifang. Huifang quickly got up and bid farewell. Ma asked who mixed too. Huifang said, I have a sister with a double to come together. She impatiently waiting. Ma Huifang sent 2 mixes. Huifang said, your life is 80 years old, when I come to you to collect the bones. Then, she disappeared. 2 horses now mixed 60s. He just honest man, reticent, and no other strengths. Different, she said, ponies called mixed. His career humble. Huifang sees in him then. This shows that the gods value the simple few words. Sincere Duhou people. I once said to a friend, people like you and me, ghosts and foxes will be abandoned regardless. Slightly worthy of immortal, only the mix of the word.